From a new limited time playable SCP, the massive changes to 2536, here's everything coming in this year's Christmas event for SCP Secret Laboratory. So the big thing happening during this year's event is with another new playable SCP, and this time it's SCP-1507. SCP-1507 are flamingos who are very hostile towards humans and SCPs it comes into contact with. 1507 will be a part of a new limited time playable faction which can win separately if being the last ones alive. Now SCP-1507 won't spawn at the start of the game, however can only be spawned through a new item simply called the tape player. The tape player can only be used once, and once used will spawn 1507, which will consist of all spectators at the moment. Now obtaining the item can only be done with SCP-2536 or the Christmas tree, and will only spawn if either the round has been active for 7 minutes, about 30% of players in-game are spectators, or the tape player has just straight up not been used. Once obtained and activated with left click, it will start a battle cry which will be signaled throughout the facility indicating that SCP-1507 has spawned in. Also, for the player who activated the tape player, they will be given the Alpha Flamingo role, which acts as the leader of the flamingos with better stats than the others. 1507 will spawn in Orrf 9's and 173's containment room and will pause the regular time for MCF and Chaos spawn waves by 4 minutes. Up on the screen now are the stats for 1507. So for the standard one, you will have 250 HP with 30 Hume Shield with a regain rate of about 10% a second and a delay of regain by 10 seconds. And your movement speed will be at 7.2 miles a second. The Alpha Flamingo will have double the health with the Hume Shield stats, but his damage multiplier is doubled, and it wears a cool Christmas hat and sunglasses. So 1507's main attack is called Peck, which is similar to the Orrf 9-2 swipe attack. A successful hit will deal 35 damage with a 0.6 cooldown, and that damage doubles against SCPs, doing 70 damage while bypassing their Hume Shields. The Alpha Flamingo is 70 at base attack and 140 to an SCP. Peck can also damage closed facility doors, doing 15 a hit, and can forcefully open gates by pecking the gate itself. Next we have Vocalize, which is when pressing F does a flamingo-like call, and any player within a 3-meter radius will get the concussed effect for 2 seconds. This ability has about a 5-second cooldown each time. Ties into a passive ability we'll get to shortly. So the first passive ability is called Universally Hostile, which can perceive all hostile instances through walls via a bright orb, similar to how 096 works. The range of this is about 60 meters in the facility and is unlimited while on surface. Next is the Swarm, which allows 1507 to passively regain health if within a 5-meter radius of another 1507 instance, and regenerate at a rate of 1 HP a second per flamingo. The final passive ability is called One of Us, which lets 1507 able to revive other 1507s by using the Vocalize ability within a 3-meter radius of a corpse. A progressive bar will show up filling up each use of Vocalized, and multiple 1507s doing this will increase the rate of this, with Alpha Flamingos doubling it. It will take about 12 seconds long to revive once, and once done, they'll be brought back with their health halved. Now this is perhaps the most interesting part. SCP-1507 can die in any possible way, from grenades, guns, etc., as well as SCP attacks too, like neck snap or cardiac arrest. However, SCP-049 will actually be able to revive a killed 1507, and will become SCP-049-1507, with their model being a green color instead of pink. However, they cannot be revived once killed the first time, and any Alpha Flamingo turn will remain the same as standard ones. Alright, now moving on from that, we have Snowballs. This one is very simple. You can find this around the facility mainly on surface zone, and throwing them will then mimic the trajectory or behavior of a toss grenade, flashbang, and 018. A snowball will deal 15 damage to a player, with headshots being doubled, but you can also hold the snowball for 4 seconds, which will cause it to be engulfed in blue fire. Now as a cooked snowball, it will have its damage and distance double, including the headshot multiplier. If you headshot another player, it will play a noise similar to a coconut clunk, which can be heard by players in proximity chat. And if you die to a cooked snowball, your body will be sent flying across the map. Pretty fun stuff. Also, when you are hit with one, your screen will be covered in snow for about 5 seconds, and only one snowball can be held at any given time. Next we have the 2536 loot rework. So 2536's loot pool is now set in the categories of such, and the changes goes as follows. 4 new categories are added, which are the tape player, which has a 100% chance of giving you the tape player if only the conditions are met. Tier 4 weapons, which is only granted if a player has a tier 3 weapon in their inventory, and will have a 50% chance of getting either a Logisher or a FRMG. Candy bags grants you a bag of 6 different candies, with a 3% chance of one being replaced with a pink candy instead. Finally, there's Naughty, which is instantly given to any Chaos Insurgent and gives the following: a piece of coal with a 69% chance, SCP-2536-2 with 1%, a live grenade or flashbang with 10%, 3 high velocity O18s with 5%, and SCP-956 which will target you also with 5%. The other changes to the other categories are as follows here. I'm not going to read them out, but feel free to stop this video and go one by one here. Finally, we have urgency, just how a gift per category is predetermined for a player, and now it's as followed. Level 1 is the tape player, level 2 is emergency, door breacher, and last stand. Level 3 is starter card, key card upgrade, and medical items. Level 4 is tier 1 for weapons and stamina, and level 5 is explosives and candy bags. Other stuff that is returning in this year's Christmas event are special SCP remodels, cups of coffee throughout the facility, SCP-956 and 559, which will have a 1 out of 3 chance of reappearing per round, the main menu background and music, retextured SCP-173 Tantrum, SCP-018 reskin and sounds, Chaos Rain, breathing smoke effects, and finally, the Gray Fog and Skybox Unsurface Zone. And that's everything in this year's Christmas event. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and while you're down there, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. But until then, hope you all enjoyed this year's Christmas event, and have yourselves a wonderful holidays.